Hey everyone, it's Jordan, and today I'll be doing the Quintessential Summer Book Tag. So I decided to do this tag because it's summertime now. It's like 90 degrees the day I'm filming this video, and it's been getting warmer out, and I'm glad that summer is here, even though I don't like the 90-degree weather. But I'm really excited to do this tag because I've been wanting to do another seasonal book tag for a while, and I just been in the mood, and I just thought I would do this one. I'll link the original video down below so you guys can check them out. So let's get to the tag. The first question is, I drink a refreshing book, and the book that I picked for that is The Bromance Book Club by Lisa K. Adams. This is about a group of guys who formed a book club just to fix a relationship or try to find ways to treat women. I just think that's a really refreshing book, just because I never heard of someone trying to form a group of guys trying to form a book club just so they would properly approach women better, and I just think it's a refreshing book because of that, and it's one of my favorite books of the year, and I just can't wait to continue on with the series. And the next question is Candy a book that was fluffy and sweet? And the book that I picked for that is Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. This was a really good book. I really like the romance in here, and I just really like how it takes place in Italy, and it really just made, and plus the ice cream is really, the gelato is very, sweet, and I just think it's just a very sweet book, and I can't wait to read the companion novels that one takes place in Ireland and one takes place in Greece, and I just can't wait to continue on with the companion series. And the next question is Sunglasses a dark book? I honestly have trouble picking a book for this one, but I think These Violent Delights by Chloe Gunn is a very dark book because there's a lot of monsters going on and there's a lot of deaths. So yeah, but I think this is a really dark Romeo and Juliet retelling, and it's the first one that I've read, and I just think I really like the setting of it and how have a dark twist to it. So yeah, I think this is a very dark book. And the next question is Picnic on a Rainy Day, pick a sad book. And the book that I honestly think it was a good book until the ending because it was very sad, which is The Invisible Life of A. Rulu by B. Schwab. I read this year, and I honestly almost cried just because of how sad the story is, because a girl made a deal with a devil kind of figure to live forever, but everybody she meets will forget about her, and it's just very sad to see that, try to experience it, try to be in her shoes, and you're like, I can't even imagine being her shoes. So yeah, this is a very sad book, but it's a good book, but it's a very sad book. And the next question is Sand, a book that irritated you? I know there's one book that I've read recently that was irritating me, which is Da Vinci's Tiger by L.M. Eliot, just because I've been wanting to see Da Vinci coming into the story, and there's hardly a lot of his appearance in that book, and that just disappointed me a lot because of that, so that literally irritated me a little bit. And the next question is Summer Blockbuster, favorite book to screen adaptation? I know one of my favorites that have came out recently, which is Murder on the Orient Express. That's my favorite book to movie adaptation, and there's a lot of others that I like, but I know that I'm mentioning this one just because I can't wait for Death on the Nile. That's supposed to come out later this year, even though it was supposed to come out last year, but I'm still excited about Death on the Nile either way, and I do recommend people, if they're trying to get into a mystery and they don't know where to start off with, I think people should read Murder on the Orient Express just because it's a very good movie. And the next question is Dropped Ice Cream, a book that you were anticipating but it wasn't good. And there are not a lot of anticipated books that disappoint me, but this one in particular very disappointed me last year, which is The Night Country by Emily Albert. This is the sequel to The Hazelwood. I really enjoyed it, but when I've read this within 3 days, and I was or 2 days I should say, last year, and it was very disappointing just because there's not a lot that happened, and I am honestly been questioning myself for a while to continue on with the series just because of this book. I'm not sure if I should give it another chance with the next book, which is a companion novel between the second and third book, Tales from the Hinterlands, so I'm really not sure, but this really just disappointed me a lot, and it just made me question a lot of things. And the next question is Palm Tree, a book that you loved. I do own a lot of tall books, but a lot of them just intimidates me just because tall books usually take me longer to read, but one of the tall books that I love is Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Carrie Maniscalco, just because it's a very floppy paperback, and I just really love the series so far, even though I read the first two in the series, and I can't wait to continue on with the series because I know that Carrie Maniscalco just released, just wrote a new series that came out after them, and I've just been wanting to continue on this series after that, and then try out her new book series. And the next question is a book you want to burn. I don't usually want to burn books just because I think it's weird and a bad thing to do, but figuratively, I know a book that I would burn is After by Anna Todd. I don't need to explain why. If you guys are new to my channel, this is one of the books I just disliked, and my grandma keeps saying that I should read it and saying it's good when it's just our reading tastes are so different, and she doesn't understand that I just did not like how the characters' relationship started, and it's just a very bad relationship, even though she says it gets better and further in the series, but I just can't continue on with this series, so I would burn it for that reason. And the last question is Fireworks, a book that exploded onto the scene. I know there was a couple of popular books that exploded, but I already talked about one of them. But the book that came out in 2019, but I didn't read it until last year, and I really enjoyed it very much, and I agree with a lot of people, which is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've read this on audiobook because many people said it's recommended, because I honestly enjoyed the audiobook just because it's an interview with, it's told by interview, and when you listen to an audiobook it sounds like a podcast, so if you're really into podcasts, I definitely recommend this book just because it's like, you're basically listening to a radio show about a band that broke up, and they explain like how it started and why they broke up and all that. And yeah, this really exploded on BookTube in 2019, so I definitely think it explodes enough that it made me want to read it, and I read it last year and really enjoyed it. So that's all for Quintessential Summer Book Tag. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and comment down below just what books that you want to read this summer, or just answer the questions from this tag down below. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified whenever I post new videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!